What's up, everyone? How's it going? In this game, we have Liquid Demu spawning in the northwest of Rocky Mountain. Damn, Rocky River. Rocky River as our pink Abbasid. Over here in the southeast, we have Rollin as our red Japanese player. After reading a couple comments, I noticed I don't have that many Abbasid games, so I am trying to pick them out as soon as I see them. The issue is a lot of people really don't play Abbasid, so the games are very few and far between. So yeah, sorry for you Abbasid lovers out there. I am trying my best. We do have an early dock coming through for Rollin. Keep in mind that the ponds have been nerfed on this map. They only spawn 2 fish now, 2 shoreline fish instead of, I think it was previously 4. No, I'm pretty sure it was 4. Actually, yesterday I just realized that it's been 2 weeks now, over 2 weeks now, since the nerf, or since the patch. Because the patch came out December 6th, and it's the 20... what? Technically, it's the 23rd as I'm recording this. By the time this gets uploaded, it'll probably be the 24th. It's definitely going to be the 24th. So in that case, Merry Christmas to those who celebrate it, and to those that don't, Happy Holidays. We do have a very, very standard build. Oh, yeah, very, very standard build for our Japanese right now, considering he is going for the dock play over here with our Abbasid. Everything really depends on what his first wing is going to be. Has he scouted out? I don't know if he scouted this. Oh yeah, he must have just scouted this. So he does know about the dock in the middle. So he could potentially go into the military wing in order to punish it. Not sure if that's going to be worth it though. In the long run, a lot of Abbasid players do go, yeah. I was gonna say a lot of Abbasid players do go military wing into 2TC play, regardless. Like that's a very, very standard opener. So it wouldn't have surprised me if he did go into the military wing. And it doesn't really look, well, Demu does have a lot of, I wonder if there's a hotkey so I could stop having to click up here. One moment. Okay, I am back. I had to clear my throat for a moment there. I don't know why, but I ended up getting a new coffee, and it's kind of like, I don't know if it's the coffee itself or what, but yeah, it's been heard like every morning after I'm done drinking my coffee, it feels like it's freaking sore. I don't think Rollin was gonna be able to grab, or was gonna be able to kill that scout right there. I think that was just forced idle time for no reason. That scout was not gonna go down. We do have 3 fishing boats out already for Rollin, which will be, I don't know, he could go up to 4 if he wants to, especially since the Japanese civ bonus does reduce the fishing boat cost by 30 wood. So he could technically squeeze out another 2 if he wanted to, but that's just overkill for the 4 shoreline fish. And he is getting ready, Demu that is, getting ready for his second TC. Egypt comes through, and now he's gonna immediately push out with his, wait, why are there 3? Oh, okay. All right. There's a barracks. That's why. I got very confused right there. I didn't realize that he dropped a barracks. I thought the military wing got a buff where it spawns 3 spears and 2 archers now. But no, it's the military wing that he ended up getting, so he'd be able to get the hardened upgrade pretty much as soon as he aged up. A little delayed, but that's fine. He had 2 or 3, 2? I think he had 2 spears queued up. So not that big of a deal. Archers are rotating around. They are going to pick off this villager right here with some decent micro. He'll be able to do it. Come on, stutter step. Demu, you used to be a freaking Terran player. You should know how to stutter step. Demu sitting on 5 spears, 6-1 on its way, 2 archers, and of course his scoot. He could have been focusing down the fishing boats. I don't think it would have made that big of a difference either way, because the fishing boats are gonna die. He would have been able to delay a lot of the food eco though if he forced the boats back inside of the dock, because while he is burning this down, I want to say more than like 200-300 food have been turned in already. No, about 200 food, and now the fishing boats. That would have been a good time for him to try to. Never mind. It's okay. It works out. Doesn't really matter. We don't have to speculate. But those archers are gonna die. At least one of them should. Yeah. And severe overkill as well. Another like 8 arrows just fly into the body of that archer. We do have a fishing boat over here, or we have another dock over here. Not entirely sure why Rollin hasn't made a junk or a war junk out of here, and now he makes it. Like, that war junk should have already been out, or the junk or the war junk, either one should have already been out in order to defend. Instead, there's going to be a lot of damage that's going to be put onto this stock. It's not like it's going to go down and the junk will still be able to come out. He'll still be able to produce boats off of it. And here is the junk. Pew pew. Quadruple arrows. So, nice amount of damage onto those spears. It's significant damage in case another follow-up attack does happen. In case he wants to go for a follow-up attack, that is. Second TC is coming down for Demu. That's okay positioning. He could have put it a little bit closer. That's fine. That's okay. We're okay with that positioning. The position of it does make it seem like he is going to go up to a 3 TC. Generally, when you put your second TC like so close to stone, it signifies you plan on going into a third one. Let's see if he does though, because he still has quite a few villagers on wood, so he might be going for that third TC. And he still has a villager on stone as well. Yep, so he is going to be going up to that 3 TC play off of the military wing. Really nice play by Demu in order to try to get that eco up and going. Agishiru are out for our Japanese player. They're very, very fast. They are very inexpensive. They do less damage than your normal archer though. So it's 4+4 against light compared to 5+5 versus light. So overall, 2 less damage against light infantry units. Total of 8 over here, 10 for the normal archer. That 2 damage does start scaling after a while though, because in order to get the critical mass, in order to start one-shotting spears, for instance, things like that, it does start adding up in the long term. Enough stone for the third TC. Second, the third still waiting on the man. I don't know what's going on with me right now. It's still too early. What was I saying? Enough stone for the third TC. That's the second sheep that has gotten randomly killed, or not randomly, but intentionally killed by these Ashiiru. They pushed forward a little too much right there. A ton of damage going on to one of them. Horsemen are coming out now for Liquid Demu. Floating Gate is the obvious choice. Like, I don't even bother memorizing the name of the other landmark for the Japanese Castle Age because it's 100% insignificant. The only reason people make it is because they made it by accident. That's literally the only reason I've ever made it, is because I've accidentally made it. And it was, by the time I noticed, it was already like halfway done. So then it's like, do I delete it? I mean, do I cancel it and go into the correct one? But now my timing is going to be like 3 minutes off. I don't know. So I've kept it. I think I've won with it though, but that had nothing to do with the landmark. It was just that I was so far ahead economically off of 2TC feudal aggression with Yumi the Yumi Bannerman. I did a pretty heavy freaking Ashigiru, Mass Ashigiru in the feudal age. And now we're gonna get quite an attack right here by Demu. 5 horsemen. Oh, is he gonna be able to get it before it? No, that would have been huge. That would have been absolutely huge for Demu if he was able to pick off that Shinto priest before it dropped the Yoroshiru inside of the barracks. And now Rollin is going to be able to start cranking out units very, very quickly. 200% production speed increase on that barracks, since it does have the Yoroshiru. Look at how fast this is. 8 seconds for a samurai. That's absolutely insane. And he is going to start moving out now. These samurai are actually going to be able to fend for themselves for quite some time, but he does get supply blocked. He needs to drop like 3 houses right now. Even though he doesn't have enough for it, he has enough for 1 house, but that 1 house still hasn't been dropped. Oh, okay, there it goes. He does drop it. He needs to drop the other 2 since he does have such fast production, and he's just gonna be cranking it out. He needs enough supply. Okay, 52 out of 70. He does scout out that there is a 3rd TC in a pretty forward position. Economic wing coming through for Liquid Demu now, getting ready for that farm transition, the inevitable farm transition over here back in his back in his main base. He doesn't have very much room. His Sim City's pretty bad in all honesty. Yeah, that's some really, really terrible Sim City for Liquid Demu. Unlike our Japanese player, that's actually really nice Sim City. He already has like this house pre-spaced as well. So once he starts reaching out this way, this house is horribly spaced. That one needs to go up a little bit. Anyways, I love Sim Cities. That was easily one of my favorite games growing up. That, Brood War, Warcraft 2, well, Warcraft 1, 2, 3. Yeah, amazing games. And we are getting another little bit of an assault coming through here. There are way too many units just spread out for our Japanese player. He needs to bring the entirety of his army together before Liquid Demu hits Castle Age, and then he starts getting crossbows out. As of right now, Rollin has 14 samurai with +2 attack on the way. He'll be able to just come in here and just start destroying. Like, even the army for Demu will not be able to hold this. Like, it just won't. It cannot fight this head on. He has way too many spears and horsemen. Rollin just needs to attack. He needs to attack into it. He needs to force the engagement. Otherwise, we're going to start getting crossbows out. We're going to start getting knights out. And then that's when the samurai lose a lot of their potential. Instead, he's focusing down the 3rd TC. I don't get what you're doing, Rollin. You're a top 200 Conqueror player. Come on. What are you doing? This is, for those of you out there, for those of you Japanese players out there, this is not what you want to do with your fast castle mass samurai build at all. Yes, he is gonna possibly get the 3rd TC, but it's not really worth it. Okay, now Demu does bring out the rest of the villagers in order to start repairing it. He decides to engage right now, and that's basically it for Rollin. But he's not going to be able to fight this anymore. Lancers are out in order to defend. The villagers are going to repair the 3rd TC, so he's not even going to get that. And now he's just going to be losing a ton of samurai on his retreat. There could be a little bit better micro coming through from Liquid Demu in order to start cutting it off, to try to cut off the retreat, but it doesn't really matter. Golems are on the field. We have 27 spears, 5 golems, 3 knights, lancers. horseman and archer on the field for Liquid Demu right now. Sorry, I'm trying to like, my headset feels weird right now, so I'm trying to like fix it as I cast. And then for Rollin, he's sitting on 17 samurai, but golems are actually better than samurai. Golems beat samurai in equal numbers. You basically need like 1.5 to 1 ratio samurai to golems in order to beat it, and that's not taking into account anything else. Demu's sitting on 43 military to Rollin's 32. He is getting, for some reason, Rollin's getting horsemen out when Demu has such a huge number of spear. Like I really don't understand what's going on here for our Japanese player. Like, I legitimately do not get what he's attempting to do. There aren't any archers for these horsemen to actually be viable. Maybe he was expecting a huge crossbow transition, but Rollin didn't kill any. I don't know. I really don't get it. This fight is going to be completely one-sided in favor of our Abbasid player. Demu made this look so easy. There is going to be a defensive Wololo coming through in order to try to well, yeah. Oh, maybe not. And Demu is pulling back just a little bit in order to regroup, gather the rest of his forces. The rest of the reinforcements, Ashigiru, are out. I don't understand what this Yoroshiru is doing. I know I'm being hypercritical of Rollin's play right now. It's just, I have no idea what his thought process is. Oops, sorry, wrong button. Another fight does break out right here, and yet again, it is gonna completely go in favor of our pink Abbasid, in Demu's favor. There is a little bit of healing coming through from the Shinto priest onto the samurai, but there's just way too much, and the samurai themselves are going to be getting overran by the lancers, the golems, spears. Not a single crossbow either in order to do the additional bonus. It's just the golems themselves and the lancers that are going to be dishing out a lot of the damage, well, all the damage. The spears are essentially there just to tank, and that's it. All the Shinto priests are down. We do have 4 relics in the bag for Rollin, our red Japanese player, but he doesn't really have a military in order to deal with what's attacking him. He needs to start going into Onimusha to deal with the heavy cav units, to deal with the heavy armored units, regardless of what they are. But he's not going to be getting much breathing room at the moment. There was a horseman in the back, 12 villager kills for Demu, 1 for Rollin, and I don't see Rollin able to sustain for much longer. He is trying to put the best defense that he can, but with his production out in the open, especially with all these relics right here out in the open as well, he could have put them nice safe in the back, but instead puts everything in the front. Once Demu decides to push forward, he has 3 Yoroshirus right here out in the open to get killed off, and then that's gonna severely cripple the production of Rollin. He's currently sitting on 200% production increases, 1 on a barracks, 1 on a stable, and he's still trying to crank out horsemen as well. We have a little bit of tempted run by, but there's just way too much over here. Liquid Demu is sitting on 111 villagers, 51 military, 20 golems, 20 crossbows, 9 spears, 2 knights, against Rollin's 58 villagers, 25 military, 16 samurai, 3 horsemen, 2 Umi bannermen. Well, that one just died. And then that's it. So we're sitting on, or Demu is sitting on essentially double the workers and more than double the production, or more than double the military of our Japanese player. With the amount of crossbows and golems out on the field now, Rollin should be able to just crush the entirety of the Japanese force right now. Rollin is sitting heavily on armored units. There's 26 crossbows. They're just gonna completely destroy the military of Rollin very, very quickly. And it does break out. A little bit of a wraparound right here. GG gets called. Game goes to Demu. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.